Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Well, he did it. Donald Trump, your president, has successfully alienated America's allies like no other president in history has done before. Yeah, fam, he got Canada, who has been rocking with the United States for decades and decades and decades, has joined forces with Europe, and it's just not looking good, fam. Canada is doing business with China. Yeah. Canada is working out trade deals with China. Yeah. Now, I know some of y'all kind of slow, and you're saying to yourself, well, we don't need China. We could take over China. We ought to invade China next. Let me tell you something for all of you who don't really understand combat. Because I know a lot of y'all, you're kind of like Trump. You hide behind goons, right? And so, Trump got ICE and the military and law enforcement. And you got the United States hiding behind the United States big bad ass, right? Not understanding that this dude, Donald Trump, is leading you into a burning house. You have no idea. But that's that arrogance. There's an old saying, pride comes before the fall. Ever since Donald Trump put it in his rotten brain to invade Venezuela, it's been all downhill. In fact, it was downhill before he decided to invade Venezuela, because he's been talking about stealing Venezuela's oil for a long time. And there was only one way he was going to get his dirty, rotten, filthy hands on that oil, and that was to steal it, right? He would have had to invade Venezuela because they wasn't just going to voluntarily give it to him. So here we are, after they invade Venezuela. Okay, who's next? Greenland. And this is the risk other countries take when they allow any country to bully another country. Eventually, that country will make its way to you. They'll start with one country, then they'll go to the next country. What they're doing the entire time is checking the rest of the world's tolerance for these international crimes. Let's see how the world feels about it. Let's check America's temperature. Let's check the citizens. Let's also check Congress. What is Congress doing about it? Nothing. Let me tell you, this is the most do-nothing Congress I do believe in the history of America. This is a straight-up do-nothing Congress. All of these people with all of these titles, all of this position means nothing if they're not willing to exercise that power that they have, or that perceived power that they have. They're all cowards. Well, not all, but you know what I'm saying. The majority of them are cowards because they could actually do something about this. The people could actually do something about this, There are people who voted for him who have been turning their backs and saying, no, I can't rock with this dude anymore. But a great deal of them continue to support him. They continue to make excuses for him, and they continue to encourage him. This is madness. I'm talking about madness on a grand scale. This dude is going to get all of us killed. And look, I'm gonna go ahead and make my plea right now. Any of you countries out there, any of the dignitaries, if you hear my voice, I am telling you, I'm not in it, man. I ain't had nothing to do with it. When y'all come, don't mess with me. Don't mess with my people, man. We ain't have nothing to do with it. No, we didn't have anything to do with this, man. Leave us out of it. Get at him directly. I heard Iran made a threat. Iran, they put a price on his head. I don't know what that price is, but they did say they coming for him, and they said they will not miss. That's what Iran said. Iran said they're coming and they will not miss. I'm saying, Mr. Iran, say, man, leave us out of it, man. We didn't have nothing to do with it. We had no say-so whatsoever. We're just as much of a victim as the rest of the world. Leave us out of it. Get with his constituents. They're the ones. I wish it was a way for every last one of those people who voted for him could just stand out like they like to stand out when they put their Trump hats on. I want to see y'all putting those Trump hats on when it come down to it. When the rubber meet the road, I want to see if y'all gonna put those Trump hats on, because I know one thing, y'all ain't as real as you say you are. You're not as loyal as you say you are. You're conveniently loyal, because when they started giving out that free food, y'all were in line without those hats on. Y'all took those hats off, left those hats in the car. Yeah, those Make America Great hats again, Make America Great Again hats. Yeah, y'all left those hats in the car. And we know why. Because you were ashamed. You felt embarrassed. Yeah, you know you're wrong, but man, it would take an act of God for you to admit it. Trump has alienated allies that America has had for decades. I really never thought I'd see the day that Europe would turn against the United States, because Europe has allowed America to pretty much punk it, to sun it forever. NATO standing on business. That's hard to believe to me. NATO standing on business. So much so that Trump had to impose a 10% tariff on NATO. So all of the nations that are a part of NATO, he's decided he's going to impose a 10% tariff. And he said that he would go up to 25%. I think he said, next month sometime, if they don't approve the sale of Greenland. How can you buy something that's not for sale? Greenland has already told you they're not for sale. He's going to make somebody sell their country. He's going to buy a country. He's going to buy a country. Man, this is not the 1800s. This is not the 1700s. He's going to buy a country that's not for sale in the first place. Family, imagine somebody looking at your house and saying, I want that house. Sell it to me. And you say, no, it's not for sale. No, you don't understand what I'm trying to say. You're going to sell me that house, I'm going to take that house. What you going to do about it? What you going to do? Even if you're not a confrontational person, even if you're not a violent person, you don't just let somebody take your house. Your house, your home is your kingdom. You don't let nobody just come in and do what they want to do in your house. So if I'm Greenland, if I'm any country out there, I'm going to make sure I'm ready. Greenland, as it stands by itself, is not ready. That's why they needed NATO to come in with the reinforcements. But this is why I'm a huge advocate for everybody being able to defend themselves. Everybody should be able, every country should be able to defend themselves against all enemies, foreign and domestic. If you are the head of a country and you can't defend that country, in my opinion, it really ain't your country, because anybody can come take it at any moment. And we know who's most likely to try to take something. Out of all the countries, we know who's most likely to try to take something, who's most likely to try to invade something, always in the name of liberation, liberating the people. And the people ain't asking to be liberated, but they go under the guise of liberating the people when really the main hustle is a land grab or to steal their resources. It's always been about that. America has never, ever, not one time went to another country and provided so-called aid in the name of liberation. It has always been a land grab. It has always been a resource grab. Always. They cared nothing about the people, which is crazy to me that people are still falling for that. But I will give 3 claps for those of you who are no longer fooled. I ain't got no problem with that. It warms my heart to see so many people recognize the BS as soon as they see it. Every time Trump starts talking, I'm seeing people in comment sections all over the internet. He lying. Oh, he lying. Banana in the tailpipe. Don't believe him. Oh, I'll believe it when I see it. He's lying. He's lying. Like, people are finally waking up. They caught him lying about the fentanyl. They caught him lying about the oil grab, right? This dude put the sale from oil in Venezuela. He put the proceeds in an offshore account in Qatar that he has personal control over. Can you imagine Obama doing something like that? Number one, invading a country and taking over their resources and saying that I am now the president of this country. We control this country. And then making sales, whereas the proceeds go to a private account, an account that he controls in an offshore account. Money he controls in an offshore account. Can you imagine that? Hell no, you can't. Buckle up, fam. This is going to be a long, rough ride. No more talk.